You're watching Oilers Nation Everyday with Tyler Yaremchuk. Your one-stop shop for all things Oilers.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Evander. Happy birthday to you.
Woo! The big 3-3.
It's Evander Kane's birthday. Everyone's favorite Edmonton Oiler. We've not one of us has told him to leave this summer. Requested LTIR, requested a trade. Doesn't matter. We all love Evander Kane. Happy birthday, Evander Kane. And welcome into Oilers Nation Everyday and into the Sports Closet Studio. 3 locations: Kingsway Mall, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Mall. The big 3.
Big 3.
Bosch, Wade, LeBron. You decide which one's which.
Did it in that order too.
The 3 that had the biggest
Everybody knows Chris
impact.
Bosch when they think big 3.
Yes, of course. Yeah, that's the one I think of anyway. Tyler will be here at some point. He is currently out golfing at Millwoods Golf Course with Jay and Chalmers. I think Eli and Waz are both out there. There you go. That is the big 3.
That is big 3.
Tyler, company man, wearing his Better Collective jacket.
I have the same one.
And what is like a relatively nice day today?
It is.
As I'm wearing like a easily more thicker. But I'm
here too.
Hello, Aaron.
Hello.
In our office, the weather can be weird.
Yeah, it's very cold in here right
Yeah.
now.
But
it's Friday, Liam. Let's go.
It's Friday again. Saturday, Sunday. Huh. Tyler will be here at some point. I think probably halfway through the show. He told me he wouldn't be here for the start. But whilst we're on the topic, the Oilers Nation Open. Some news. Things have changed. Now it starts at 9 a.m. Not 8 a.m. I don't know if you got an email about it. It's on the same day, but mark your calendars because on August 30th, it's time to dust off those clubs and hit the greens for the 7th annual Oilers Nation Golf Tournament presented by Oodle Noodle and Star Mechanical. A 9 a.m. shotgun start at Millwoods Golf Course will kick off an unforgettable day of golf, laughs, and commerciable. I don't know. Why do they put hard words in these things? It's going to be a great day, folks. Sign up right now.
You even pre-read an ad read, but you didn't pre-read that one.
I wasn't expecting camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Why is there no O in there? A great day of making friends. Either way, 9 a.m. shotgun, Millwoods Golf Course, Oilers Nation Open, 7th annual. Don't miss it. nationgate.ca to register today. See you at the course. I won't be there, but Aaron will.
I'll be there. It's going to be a very good time. It is every single time. Lance Kane, let me know. Are you coming back to volunteer? Because honestly, it was very good. He showed up last year because we needed the extra hands, and Lance was just there to hang out. And it was a great day. Lance is the king of just hanging out.
A couple of comments in the Greta Bar chat already. Ryan S. English with Liam. Lance Kane. English is hard for the Englishman. In England, people don't put words like that in ad reads.
Yeah.
It's got to be easy words. Maynard said, what exactly is Chalmers' job?
I know, I saw that.
Oilers Nation.
Vibes guy.
Vibes, and he does real life. In real life, his real life, I think he builds houses. But it's his own company, so he kind of does whatever he wants at the end of the day.
Professional vibes guy.
Professional vibes guy.
Keep everybody upbeat.
We did get a little bit of Oilers news with Craig MacTavish and Randy Gregg getting inducted into the. Are they technically inducted yet?
I think they're going to be.
Going to be inducted into the Ring of Honor, the Edmonton Oilers Hall of Fame. 2 guys who are around for the best days of Oilers hockey. Hopefully we'll be around to see a few more of those, and that can be changed around. But Randy Gregg, obviously the Riverhawks owner, done a lot for the community, and we all know Craig MacTavish from selling 50-50s to guiding teams to Stanley Cups. Like Craig MacTavish
and
really
as I said, pulling the tongue out of Harvey the Hound.
Yes,
that's got to be on the Mount Rushmore of Mac T moments. Put in the chat your biggest Mac T moments.
Because we'll get to this the Ring of Honor stuff a little bit later on. That'll be our show for giant question. I want to do that one with Tyler because I think he'll have a bit more on it than I probably would, to be fair. But before we get into that, there is arguably our most difficult player grade of the year. Would you agree, Aaron? Controversial? I don't know. So either way.
And because you could split it in 2 halves kind of as well.
Yeah, because the one half of it is like, okay, this guy's a
good
high B's, low A's, maybe, like really doing a job. But when you put the whole picture together, it's a tough one. But before we reveal the name, I need to let you know that our player grades are brought to you by Star Mechanical. Star Mechanical is one of Edmonton's biggest locally owned and operated plumbing and heating businesses. They've been working within the community for over 20 years, and many of the homes built in Edmonton over the last 2 decades have had their plumbing and heating systems installed by Star Mechanical. Their team of tradesmen are highly skilled and are accommodating for their customers. Visit them at starmechanical.ca to schedule an appointment and let them keep your home running smoothly. Anyone notice how smooth that ad read was?
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
I didn't want to make eye contact with you during it. I
Don't
didn't want
worry,
to break focus.
would not have looked. I was not breaking eyes from the words. But our player grade today, Darnell Nurse. Could have been Adam Ernie, which would have been very fitting for me.
Also, what would you give Adam Ernie? C+.
C-
for the elbow.
Yeah, he had a big elbow. He scored a goal. His goal against, I can't remember who that was, but that was a sick goal that he had. You remember that goal?
Yeah,
he kind of came across and then banged
nasty.
it in. That was a really good one. So that would have been great.
C+.
I don't know. I think I would have given him a D-. He sucked.
You got to grade him on what he is, though.
Yeah, no, it's fair. So C, always gave you an effort. Never really anything too crazy.
NA for Ernie.
Is he? He's gone now, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I would assume. NA for Ernie, yeah, that's probably fair. He definitely won't get a playoff grade. But either way, the guy we're doing today is Darnell Nurse. And look, I think expectations are obviously high for a guy that makes as much money as he does. When, like we kind of teased before, you look at the first half of the season, reliable, the mistakes were few, was really solid. Good top 4 defenseman for the Oilers. And then after the All-Star break, he just seemed to lose his rhythm and never really found it again. The playoffs were not good. Got better. There's no doubt about it. The playoffs got a lot better for him, but
couldn't get much worse at some
We've
points.
got to grade it on the entire picture. So this is what we've done for Daryl. Darnell Nurse. The great picture too, right?
It's an unreal photograph.
81 games played, 10 goals, 22 assists, 32 points, plus 3 on the season. I gave him a C for the regular season. I think when you put both halves together, it's average is probably the best way to describe it. Playoff grade, I think he's maybe lucky to even get a C-, but to be fair, did pick it up after he kind of got called out in the Dallas series. Really wasn't that bad against LA. Actually pretty solid. Penalty killing was really good as well for him. I think I've mentioned this a bunch of times, but wasn't on the ice for a goal against on the penalty kill. That does add, that means something in the playoffs, especially. So C- for me. Let me know in the chat what you're kind of thinking. Chance of staying is 100% because
101%.
he literally, they can't trade him. He has a full no move clause. Things would have to change very negatively for him to be moving and to waive that no trade clause.
And as I pointed out the other day, I do believe by the private jet photo, that looked like a bachelor party photo for McD. And Darnell Nurse was in that photo, so I really don't think he's going anywhere. And my thing with the regular season grade, it's what I said to you right when we first started talking about it, Liam, was up until the All-Star break, I'm giving Darnell Nurse in my mind. He was a B- B type player. I thought he was playing well. We all remember hashtag Nurse for Norris that was flying around. Maybe it was a little egregious to start the season. Then after the All-Star break, I don't know what happened. So I think I would say regular season C+. We're kind of splitting hairs there. Anyways, it's definitely not a B because the fall off was pretty dramatic, but he was very good for several months to start the season. And then the playoffs, I think C- is a very, very fair grade.
I mean, there was a point he didn't have 2 assists. Entire playoffs. We were halfway through the Western Conference Final. What does Ryan say? C-. You expect through. I think it's C-. I don't know if he's putting a dash between like his
C-.
C-. You expect more than 30 points out of a $9.5 million defenseman, and that's fair. And one thing too, I wrote about this 2 seasons ago now. Darnell Nurse was really, really good. Yeah, Nurse for Norris, that is all. It's true. We were pushing for it. Aiden O'Neill says that too. Like 10 goals isn't that bad. It's really not. And Darnell Nurse has been pretty good the last 4 years. He had obviously a 16 goal season, which was what helped him get his contract. 9 goals, 12 goals, 10 goals. That's solid. That part is solid. I think the offense, when you look at it from a 5-on-5 perspective, has always been decent.
Yeah,
it's always been good.
Use the word good.
A couple of years before, I wrote about him. 43 points, and they were basically all at 5-on-5. I think it was maybe 41 even he started 5-on-5. full 82 game season. That's really good. And I understand we all want a lot more out of it, and the numbers won't look pretty because of the money he makes. And again, we all know he doesn't deserve that much money. It is what it is. You just didn't get that from him this year. I bet if you go back and look to it, I'd have to do a little bit more research on it, which probably would have been good for this show. Maybe you can check quickly just by looking on his NHL game logs. I would assume the majority of those 32 points came at the start of the season, which shows how well he was playing. And another layer to it too for me is how difficult it is to find him someone to play with. I think for a guy that makes that much money.
So this is the point I want to make to Ryan's comment here. You expect more than 30 points out of that. I also expect my $9.25 million player to maybe play with better partners than Cody Ceci. But once again, it's an argument we've seen go both ways, because I've seen like Brett Kulak, but it's for a small sample size in the playoffs, play with Cody Ceci, and it didn't weigh down his game. I think it's just the mesh of these two that just kind of it brings each other down, to be completely honest. What do you think about that point?
I can't stand that pairing at all. I just think they just don't gel together at all, and it doesn't make any sense to me that they're consistently thrown together. Next season, if CC stays, if CC goes, whatever it is, I don't think he can be here because I don't think they can afford him, quite frankly. They just can't see the ice together. I think you've got to go into the season with the mix of him and Broberg, which did work and gradually got Nurse's game going again. Obviously, he banged home a couple of goals in the playoffs, two goals, and one in the final, one in the other one.
Some beauty stretch passes.
Yeah, he was solid. So not ideal season for him overall, but
I think he's stapled into that top four yet again. You just hope he finds something with Broberg, and maybe Broberg can help elevate his play, but it's all wishful thinking.
What are your expectations for that pairing next season? Like, do you think, I guess there's a few parts to it. One, do you think they last the season? Do you think that'll be like, okay, this is the duo, we're going with it? And two, is it going to work for long term, I guess you could say? We just saw it in a 12-game span. It maybe wasn't even that long. It might have been like a 6-game span, 7-game span. We haven't seen them. You saw them work together well against two teams. Over a playoff series, it's a lot different. How long is that going to last? I'm not sure.
I think you got to start out the year right, and it's like kind of the same argument where Tyler's made with stapled Dylan Holloway to Leon Draisaitl's wing for the first 20 games. I think you got to give Broberg a solid 15-game stretch there, top four with Nursey. And from everything I saw in the playoffs, I totally believe in Philip Broberg. I'm wishful thinking, and I have no choice but to believe, but I totally believe. It sits there in the back of my head, right, when I'd be like, man, imagine Nurse and Klefbom as in that top four to go with Ekholm and Bush. Well, Broberg's the second coming, the closest I'll get to an Oscar Klefbom. So I'm excited to see what happens. They have the potential to be an unreal second pairing. I don't know if it's going to align well enough with their career arcs right now. But Broberg looked really damn good in the playoffs, dude.
He did look really, really good. A few comments in the chat here. What does this one say? Underlance. I said it once before and I screwed it up. Okay, whatever. Nurse and Broberg has the potential to be a solid pairing. I would agree. Given the runway. Same commenter. Given the runway till the trade deadline and get someone at that point if you need be. I actually really like the idea. I do think this blue line, no matter what it kind of forms out to be, has proven that they are actually pretty solid at times. And you know, that CC Kulak pairing, good third pairing, extremely overpaid third pairing. You can't be paying $6 million for two guys on your third pairing. Either way, it's a spot you're in. They can get you across the line, and that's what kind of matters. Lance Kane made a funny comment further up. Honestly, I'm probably overpaid too. I'm not giving any money back. Maynard Nugent Spivey agreed. There's one other comment here too. Dane said, playoffs were rough for Nurse. D for Daryl for me. That plus minus was painful. Yes, it was. It doesn't show up quite on his hockey DB page, but he was easily the worst in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Playoffs -9.
So he picked it up, actually. I think
25 games played -9.
I'm thinking he was
points.
close to like -16 or something like that at one point.
Yeah, it was pretty bad at one point.
Yeah. Maynard said, think about Klefbom and Lawson often. Yeah, that is.
Amen, brother. Amen.
That was a tough one. Sergeant Battle said, Nurse and CC is a toxic couple in high school that breaks up and gets back together every other week. Everyone can see it's a bad pair, and there's just nothing you can do about it.
It's true love.
It
It's
is.
fate.
It is meant
That
to
is
have fate.
incredibly accurate, Battle. That is, yeah.
Sergeant Battle put in another one too. Ekholm, Bouchard, Broberg, Clefbaum, Kulak, Larson somewhere in the multiverse. Maybe in Deadpool's verse.
Nope, doesn't exist. Aaron, don't go down that rabbit hole.
It's not real. The multiverse is only real in movies, folks.
Lance said we're the best D pairing we got, so there we go. We'll roll with that.
Thanks,
you.
Lance. I can't skate.
I can.
Okay, what else do we got to get to? So, sorry, what were your final grades on?
So for me, I'm going C+ regular season for Darnell Nurse, and I'm going C- for the playoffs.
Okay, sounds good.
Right?
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip ahead one because I want to save the giant question for when Tyler's here. So we're gonna get straight to our Olympic talk, or should I say our other sports report, which is brought to you by Spring Financial. Unexpected expenses always show up. Cars break down, homes need repairs, kids need new hockey sticks. Guess what? You can borrow money for those unexpected expenses right from your phone and receive an e-transfer within hours. Spring Financial offers online personal loans for $500 up to $35,000 with no stress, no branch visits. Apply in 3 minutes at springfinancial.ca/ONE. That's springfinancial.ca/ONE.
Looking for the fastest personal loan in Canada? Well, look no further. Spring Financial offers fully online personal loans with zero stress and no need for branch visits. But don't take our word for it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Spring Financial.
Thank you very much.
Spring Financial is the best.
Apply today at springfinancial.ca.
Love Spring Financial.
That's live television, baby.
I just run and leave so I can breathe throughout my nose. For those of you who don't know, I have a slight dairy allergy. Doesn't hold me back though, and it shouldn't hold you back either. So
I like that you looked into the lens with it.
So I always drink almond milk at home with my coffee, so I'm fine in the morning. But when I leave, I always like to pick up one. So I got a nice coffee this morning.
You drink 2 coffees by the time you get here?
Usually just one. Kind of depends. Like this morning, we had a very early meeting.
Yep.
8 a.m. Wasn't that early? But I really wanted 2. So I had 2, and then I grabbed another one on my way in, and it had full fat dairy. Now I cannot breathe correctly, so I might sound a little bit weird right now. And if you can hear me
It like
breathing,
messes
I'm
with
sorry.
you nasally?
Yeah, like that's the only thing it does to me. I literally just can't breathe out of my nose. So not ideal.
Oh, you're still a specimen.
Thank you. Let me know what allergies you have in the chat. Insightful comments and Ty. Tyler does some great things on this show. Oilersnation content, teaching Liam to skate from Lance.
That'd be incredibly fun.
Sergeant Battle said
Tyler be your coach and like getting angry at you and you getting angry back at him. It'd be very fun.
I would not listen. I would tell you that much. Sergeant Battle said, I want to see the ON Office Olympics hosted by Was. No, I want to see Was in the Olympics. That's what I want to see. Okay, let's get to our list. So here we go. So this is my Olympics power rankings. Obviously, we've been going through. If you're locked into my Twitter, which I'm sure most people are, because it's very good.
It is.
If it's not, you can follow me at Liam Horrobin whenever you want, 24/7. Won't follow you back, but you can follow me. And if you're not good, I'll mute you.
Yeah, you are the mute guy.
I'm the mute guy. But so I've been watching a lot of the Olympics. For people who don't know, I'm trying to watch every event, every sport. I guess every event would be absolute mayhem. And I'm going to put them into a power rankings list of my top 10. And on today's top 10, I have 2 new entries. So I think I did this correctly. 2 of them dropped out. Would that make sense? 2 new entries, 2 drop out. Yes. Let's pull it up, see what we've got. So judo fell out, and so did beach volleyball. So the blue, for people who don't know, have stayed the same. The red have dropped a little bit. Rugby sevens, love it. It's a really different kind of play on the game. So much fun. If you haven't watched it yet, Canada won bronze in it, so you'd have to go back. I believe it's done because now they're doing the track and field.
It was very cool.
But it's really, really fun. A different vantage point on the game itself. Really good for the Olympics to get it in there. Skateboarding dropped a little bit. Soccer has stayed where it is for me because what the Canadian women are able to do, and that's the only one I watch, it's just been fantastic. in the quarterfinals now to play Germany, I believe. Back on even playing field. If you have not watched BMX freestyling, specifically the men, the women were incredibly fun too. You have to watch. What did I say before? And I can't remember what I said, but I was basically like,
you were gushing.
The BMXing is the craziest event ever. The stuff those guys are doing is, I don't even dream about doing that stuff because it's too scary. Like, I wish we could show you some video on it.
That's what I was like. I could show still photos, but
it won't do it justice. Like, some guys are doing like literally like ripping the bike up in the air, doing flips while spinning the bike.
Tail whips?
I don't even know. They wouldn't even call it tail whips. I used to play
Daymira BMX video games back in the day. I will be honest, hands up, I haven't watched any of it, but the way you were talking about it earlier, like 30 minutes ago, I was sitting in here like, okay, I have to watch whatever this is if Liam is this passionate about it.
So no free ads, but I'll give a free ad. Download CBC Gem. It is a free app. All you literally need to just make an account. It's free, and you can rewatch events. So you can go back and watch it. The freestyle was on the 31st, which was Wednesday.
2 days ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Incredible. So it was really good. Lance said, sounds like Liam needs to watch X Games. I've been thinking the exact same thing because in the
X Games
X Game is fun, and I've watched it a few times too. Wise Kyle said BMX Cross is dope. They're also doing BMX racing. I haven't watched into that. I haven't got into that yet. I like how people say dope surrounding the BMXing because it is, what do they call it? They're like a cool thing to say. BMXing is cool. Yeah.
Nice. I just called it dope, so that works.
So I won't give any spoilers because the people obviously need to go and watch it, but I'll give one spoiler. So in the final of the men's, basically what this is if you fall, you're pretty much done, but you get 2 runs.
And how long are the runs?
60 seconds. Okay. Do as many tricks as you can. There's no set path. You're just kind of in this bowl. A skate park, I guess. No, it's not really a bowl, kind of a bowl. And then you just go about it. A bunch of different things. They explain it. They said it's actually a really good BMX park, I guess it is for this event. So you get 2 events. Your highest score of the 2 wins is your kind of score to go into it. So the first one, the French guy, comes up, obviously being a homegrown kid, tries to do this crazy move, falls, just leaves the event. Like, he's done for the round. He doesn't finish his 60 seconds, goes out, because basically when you fall, you're kind of done.
Yeah.
So he goes out, comes back in, and we've absolutely nothing to lose. Every single chance he did, it felt like he had just done like a 5-star thing. It was nuts. And I won't tell you where he finished, but it was just so cool to see him being like, I'm going
F it, we
balls
ball.
to the, pretty much. It was amazing to watch. Go watch it. Everyone in that event, men and women, were both just crazy. And there was in the women, there was some big falls. Like this one lady from the US went to do a front flip, but didn't land it properly and just landed flat on her back and just got back up and just biked off. I would have laid there. I would have had a board come out and pick me up. My parents out riding my will. I would have been done.
Watching, I'd find the strength to get up out of sheer embarrassment. I'd have to find a way to walk.
Sergeant Battle again. What are Liam's thoughts on Red Bull Crushed Ice? I bet he likes that.
Dope.
Remember when it came here a few years ago? It was actually way more than a few years ago. It was fun. I went to that actually. It was very cold. Snow said, Tyler avoiding the grind. Tyler will be here very soon. Yeah, this is him right now.
He's making content.
Must be nice. Well, that was me last year.
Dude, we're making content right now.
Yeah, that's true.
For me in the Olympics, I don't know, people, if you just watched, Liam, you said it's not even on your list.
Yeah.
It's the men's basketball for Team Canada. We're 3-0 right now. Just beat Spain by 3 points in a nail biter to finish. We're first in the division, first in Group A. We're going to have a top 3 seed overall. And I understand USA, they're the major favorites in this thing. But Canada finally has a respectable NBA-led basketball team in the Olympics right now. I think we're on a collision course to possibly play in the final for gold. Do I expect to win that? No. Have crazier things happened? Yes.
The crazy part about it is if they do make the final and play the US, they have the same caliber. They just don't have the depth.
Yeah.
Like they'll kind of get cleaned up at center with like, what do they have? Kelly Olynyk and Dwight Powell, 2 centers, right?
Much. Trey Lyles. Yeah, not great. We're a guard team.
And somehow Cameroonian
Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid
Plays for
is.
USA.
I hate that
And
so
plays
much.
0 minutes.
Does he really? He doesn't play?
In the last game, he didn't play at all.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Can you pull up my list one more time? I'll just go through it. So gymnastics is first. Last night I watched the all-around individuals, I think it was. Simone Biles, the the Brazilian girl was fantastic. There's a great video that went around too. I think her name is Ellie Banks, the Canadian gymnast, who was talking to she is a veteran at 28. And in gymnastics. Yeah, I know, no kidding. She was talking to the French gymnast who really didn't do very well. I believe she finished like 30 or lower in every single event. And obviously being like your home nation, you want to be able to do well, of course. And there was a really nice video of just her being like, hey, like, it's not the end of the world. She was only 18, the girl as well. She's got a couple more Olympics ahead of her, hopefully for her sake. So that was really nice and just kind of showed the Canadian spirit after what's happened with the Canada soccer and the women's side of things has been ridiculous, to be honest, not to get too into that. But the women, again, the women's soccer did a good job of getting out and finding the other side of it. Swimming's been good. I dropped it because kind of getting tired of it. It's a lot of the same.
I said to you, there's only so many ways I can watch them swim underwater. And like when they're under, they have the underwater camera, which is very cool. But when they're not in that camera, I'm just seeing kind of like shapes move around in the water.
Yeah. And it's
you
hard
only
to
watch
make out
it so many times. They go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
It's hard to make out who's who.
If they don't have the electronics there, I
have no idea. Yeah. And I forget the lanes that they're all in. But I actually watched the 50-meter dash yesterday for swimming, which is basically just a length as fast as you can.
Free, like, what do they do?
Just freestyle.
Front crawl?
Yeah, from doggy paddle. And it literally went, it was qualifying, so the heats. So it went from like this 15-year-old kid from Niger who is here. So he goes from the slowest times to the fastest times. And just like seeing all that was kind of cool. I actually don't know how that finished. I believe a Canadian ended up coming into the event because one of the French racer dropped out. So that was good. Canoeing, you heard my little spiel on it the other day. Really fun. Done now, I think. But again, you can go back and watch it. Volleyball is so cool. Aaron, I know you like that one. Just so much power, men and women.
It is insane to watch these guys in the rallies that go down. I still play in a rec league volleyball for like the last 10 years out of high school, but I love it. Somebody said it in here earlier. I think it was it's Bo. Shout out Bo. I saw some clips of indoor volleyball, and holy shit, Japan is crazy.
Is Japan the team?
Crazy. Yeah, they're very good.
Are they? Okay.
There's the setter for Team Canada, Brett Walsh.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in grade 12, or I was in grade 11, he was in grade 12, and we played him in provincials in shirt like Bev Facey, and he single-handedly destroyed our entire team. And now he's the setter for Team Canada in the Olympics. And I'm like,
he's from Sherwood Park?
What were we even doing? No, he's from Calgary.
Oh, okay.
Because it was provincials.
Oh, sorry.
And he scraped us as a setter.
There was
what were we doing on the same floor? No idea.
You would have been on the same team as George Holborn then, right? I was surprised he didn't make the team, but he's now playing pro in Europe.
Yeah.
Which is pretty sick.
He's gone all over and gone from up. I'm gonna have to clip this and send it to him now. Damn.
A good English lad. Did you know that?
Yeah,
he is English.
Yeah,
I can't remember where he's from in England, but he is definitely English. Keeping going, rowing. Number one, Elliot Friedman calls the rowing. I don't know why. I don't know how that ended up being what it is, but if you're listening to the rowing and think, is that Elliot Friedman? The answer is yes. He's doing a really, really good job of it too.
His Twitter's all rowing takes.
All rowing now.
Like, hey, that's not hockey.
It's cool. The Canadian women are doing really well in the repertoire, I think it is. It's a eight-woman group. I think that's what it is. I think the two men is called the Schools. I don't know. I don't want to get it mixed up. Ask Elliot if you have any questions. Diving's cool. I like the Tom Daly story. Just kind of always been around for Team GB, but that's an event I like to watch. Soccer, I already mentioned it. Rugby sevens, skateboarding. So we'll see what mixes in. Track and field is on right now. I literally raced the 800-meter women.
You did.
I didn't run a lap. I had to go to the bathroom, and I got back in time.
Was it one lap?
2 laps. 800
laps, so 800 meters.
Yeah, thank goodness there was no false starts for both.
And you actually made it back up.
I did. Yeah.
Seconds before the race ended. Athlete.
So there you go. That's my current top 10. We've got a full weekend to watch it now.
Golf just started, correct?
Golf just started. So I think I'm going to dig into the golf for the Sunday. Because, I mean, at the end of the day.
Like, exactly. Dude, I completely forgot golf. Tanner Schauffele won gold before because we've been talking about forever that he can't win a big one. And then
that's right. He did win gold in Tokyo.
He won a gold medal. For me, one that's missing here, and it's just a summer sport for me when I'm in the dog days, it's tennis. I like watching tennis. And Felix Auger-Aliassime, I think I did that right. My hand even started doing this on its own. He just won bronze in mixed doubles. And I believe he's playing in the semis against Carlos Alcaraz,
who's the best.
Who's a stud. So they'll be going for another medal. I like tennis. Tennis is, I couldn't imagine. It said yesterday he played his quarter game, and then like 2 hours later, he played his doubles game in the same day. It's tennis.
Yeah, it's crazy. Davin said that Canada versus India archery was insane. A sentence I never thought would be said on this show. But that is the Olympics for you folks. That is peak Olympics.
How about the turkey shooter who was just wearing regular
just an
glasses,
absolute baller,
got silver, his hands in his pocket?
I gotta watch that one. I'll have to watch the archery. I do like the archery. It was number 12 on the list. Snow again said, can we get floor hockey into the Olympics? I think you should give field hockey a watch.
Is field hockey? What's the difference?
Field hockey, you can only use one side of your stick. And I think there's more players. It's kind of like what do you call it? Like field lacrosse.
Yeah, okay.
In a way.
Yeah.
What's this guy say? Race Fans Rock 4. Have they done the BMX racing yet? Yes, BMX racing is on the way.
I feel like Race Fan Rocks 4 should know that.
Yeah. That should be you telling us. Eric said lacrosse isn't in, but breakdancing is in. Yeah, there's a bit of a weird one. Breakdancing should probably be in. Ball hockey, Austin said.
Breakdancing started?
No, I don't think so. I think a lot.
I'm going to tune into that.
Yeah, I'm curious what that would
watch
be
someone
like.
get served.
Do you need breakdancing? There are some events that I think that does this need to be in Olympics.
There's so many that are just ridiculous.
Yeah, like breakdancing, I don't know. But I do like that they've brought a bit of the X Games vibe into the Olympics nowadays. Field hockey was fun too. I played for a little bit, Darian said. In the Greta chat. Yeah, field hockey is fun. My dad used to play field hockey in the army. So there you go. Lacrosse is in the next Olympics, which is in LA.
Yeah.
Which is also I was thinking about this the other day. They're doing flag football in the next one, which we talk about like kind of dumb sports to have in. That is a dumb sport to have in the thing.
Hey. I want to watch Tyreek Hill go fast.
I wonder, Keith, here's what I was thinking about this the other day because I saw a post about it. Are they going to allow NFL players to play?
I would assume if you were under contract, the way the NFL works, hell no.
Yeah, that's what I kind of think. And like CFL players are going to be in the season.
Now, if you timed it out to be a free agent in that time span, but like I couldn't imagine Jerry Jones being like, yeah, CeeDee Lamb, go nuts. Go run up and down and possibly blow your knee.
Like I wonder if now this is probably wrong, but some free agents kind of wait. If you're like going to be a third string guy and you're probably going to get cut anyway, what if you just wait and play in the Olympics? Like I'm looking at a guy like Nathan Rourke for Canada.
Oh, perfect.
You know what I mean? Like I wonder if that would work.
We'd have Chuba.
It'd be a lot of Chuba. A lot of college players, I think, will play now, and it'll kind of be like what the Olympics. What the gymnastics is too, because they all go to college. Besides Simone Biles, who's now 27 and a half.
Yeah, and no, I could see it. Like me, you'd have to work a deal like how the Olympics do with the NHL.
Yeah, I mean NBA players go, right?
Exactly. So there is something in place to make that work. I just think with the money in football and how much injury based it is, I don't know if they'd let him.
Yeah, flag football would be interesting. But remember when that kind of got announced, like a lot of them are like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
Like Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, the Canada team. I don't even know who you would have. The Canadian QB would probably be Nathan Rourke. Probably is. I mean, if it could be, he would definitely be a candidate for the
Chuba and Chase Brown. Chase Brown's of the Bengals. Wide receiver, Chase Claypool.
God, I did not want him on.
Yeah, and I can't think of another Canadian. Yeah, no, we get destroyed.
I wonder if they'll like. I wonder if a guy like Christian Wake, Canadian guy, retired. I think
Cameron Wake.
Cameron Wake, sorry. He's only like
Christian Wilkins.
That's the one, yes. Both Miami Dolphins. Yep. Maybe. He's only like 34 to play flag football. I mean, I would assume do you pass rush? Like, do those guys become the linemen?
I've watched much flag football in my days.
Yeah, I don't. Not outside of wedding. Not outside of wedding crashes.
Get added.
Hopefully never.
Do you think that'll ever happen?
They can't do.
No.
Yes, I do think it will happen, but like we said, there's some sports that are just dumb. Like they should not be in there. That's one of them. Like you can't have esports. Like Olympics wasn't built for that.
Yeah,
like
I agree. I think it has its own esports Olympics.
Yeah,
and it
totally.
would do every other game or something.
That would be. I would actually.
Yeah, I would
kind of dial it on it. When they did, and people won't
bring drone racing into the Olympics if we're gonna do crazy stuff.
Yeah, Canada would win. Canada would win that one. When they did the Fortnite World Cup, I don't know if you watched that. I can't remember what it was.
I remember that kid. That
29th Booga.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
And they never did it. It was so good. Me and my friends like bet on it. We got home from got home from soccer early, and it was just so fun to watch. And that was when I was in like the peak of Fortnite gaming. I think I was before the pandemic. Was that like 20?
Yeah, it was before
2019, something like that.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
That was awesome.
COD Warzone was right during the pandemic.
That's right. Yeah, so it was before that, kind of the peak of Fortnite. It was so much fun. Now I don't play video games because I can't remember my Xbox Live password.
College football 25. I just won the Natty.
With who? With who?
LSU.
Oh, very good.
Death Valley. Let's go.
Doug Waite. Afternoon, Boardsy and Liam. Good afternoon, Doug. Speaking of Doug Waite, let's get into our Sherwood Ford giant question. Tired of dealership hassles? Sherwood Ford in Sherwood Park is all about convenience and upfront pricing with their giant program. Get clear, no-nonsense pricing on new and used Fords online, with all incentives included, plus enjoy the ease of mobile service, free pickup and delivery, and same-day or next-day service appointments. All that is Sherwood Ford the Giant. Also, Sherbucks, again. How can you not want Sherbucks? So the Oilers announced the other day that Craig MacTavish and Randy Gregg will be inducted into the Ring of Honor, joining Lee Foglen, Ryan Smith, Doug Waite. Who is the other one who got? Lee Foglen, Doug Waite just went in. Ryan Smith. This is going to drive me absolutely mental now. Don't tell me who it is. Just give me a clue. Do you have it?
No, not yet.
Oh, no.
Wait.
This is not good.
I'm scrolling away.
I can't remember who it was for the life of me. Either way, those guys are going to go into the Ring of Honor. The Oilers announced it the other day. Kind of surprised. Oh, you give me the look like you might have it.
Who did you get?
Lee Foglen, Doug Waite, Ryan Smith. I can't remember the other one. You can just go ahead and say it.
Al Hamilton.
Yeah, so those guys are Hall of Famers.
Okay, Ryan Smith, Foglen, Charlie Huddy.
That was it. Yeah, Charlie Huddy
and
was
Doug
the one.
Waite. Yeah.
Yes, so it was Charlie Huddy and Doug Waite that went in last year. Ryan Smith and Lee Foglen that went in the year prior. So now moving into the third year of it, Craig MacTavish, Randy Gregg, both going into the Ring of Honor for the Oilers, the Hall of Fame, I think they're calling it as well. Multiple time Stanley Cup champions, the two of them. Now they're going into the Ring of Honor October 25th against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Obviously, Craig MacTavish, I'm sure with the younger audience, is someone who they remember a little bit more, obviously being head coach of the Oilers when they went to the Cup final in 2006. He's kind of just been around the organization his entire career. The only time he really left was when he went to go and play for other teams. But he was head coach from 1999. Assistant coach in 99 to 2000. Became the head coach in 2000 to 2008. 9 was fired. Made it to the Stanley Cup final though. Lost in Game 7 against Carolina in 2006. Was a head coach again in 2015. Also sold 50-50s for the team a couple of years ago. Do you remember that?
You love Braylon.
It's the craziest thing.
Tell me about it.
All the time. Now he's on Sportsnet as analyst for the team. Probably a good guy to get in there. What do you say?
Yep. He's been around it all. Like it's.
Yeah.
I understand we have our thing about the old boys club and all that goes on, but Mac T knows the oil. You cut that man open, he bleeds orange and blue. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, I don't think you could deny that at all. And then obviously, Randy Gregg, a guy who maybe not as well known.
His resume might be the strongest resume you'll ever see.
Yeah, I mean, 5-time Stanley Cup champion.
He's a doctor.
453 games for the Oilers over 8 years. Played 21 for the Canucks. Boo. 5-time Stanley Cup champion. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that on the ice. Like you said, off the ice, a doctor.
And he's created a sick baseball team now.
And yeah, so those of you who don't know, he is the current owner of the Edmonton Riverhawks, who again just smashed the attendance record and doing a fantastic job. How many players did they get drafted again? 3 players drafted, 1 signed.
4 drafted.
1 signed.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And we're good now.
The impact he's had on this community, the 2 of them have had on the community, is actually really great to see outside of it, and kind of what you want from players who play here in Edmonton.
And guys that have stuck around, wanted to be here, wanted to live here, build a life here, build a family here.
Made it better. It just shows how great the city is as well for some people like Nikita Zadorov who say there's nothing to do here. Go to the Riverhawks. And the Stingers. There you go. Take that, Big Z. But my Sherwood Ford Giant question, because I know we'll talk about these 2 guys kind of a few more times over the coming months, especially the night before the game on October 25th against the Penguins. Who's next? Because I think a lot of us have kind of always seen this as like, they'll take one guy from this generation, one guy from that generation. But the last couple, they've not really. Ryan Smith, obviously. Doug Waite, still a lot of people don't know him. Probably a lot of people's favorite player growing up, depending on your age, I guess. But this time around, they didn't go for a younger guy. I really thought they were going to take, an Ales Hemsky, for example. They didn't. Or Dwayne Rollerson. They didn't take him. They took a guy who was around for the Cups, won 5 of them here, and Randy Gregg and Craig MacTavish, who also won a bunch here too. What do you think? 1, this is a good decision, and 2, who should be next? Lance is in with a couple. Let us know in the chat who you think. You don't have to give us 2, just give us 1, whatever.
Okay, so Paul Coffey's in, right?
Yeah, the Hall of Famers are in.
Yeah. Like, I just know of guys that I don't think they would earn it, but the guys like, to me, that hit my heart. Ales Hemsky. But I don't think you can put him in there. You can't put him in there.
You don't think you could? I think this was built for guys.
Yeah,
like
I guess it is theoretically. But then if you get him in there, does that open up to a Sean Horkoff, Jason Smith, Gator?
I think so.
You're right. That is the point of this.
That is the kind of the point, and it's what they can do. Like, you look at Vancouver, they put Alex Burrows in, who was a great player for the Canucks, by not even close to a Hall of Fame by any means.
Lost in Game 7.
Was part of that
Hammer
group of part of that group of Canucks players, just to give them as an example of like who were able to bring some pride back to the organization, I guess you could say, and what Hemsky did too, and Horkoff to that extent.
Those
just
are
one Stanley Cup. Yeah, I mean, if Ryan Smith's getting him, wants to kind of, obviously a bit more points on Ryan Smith, but Ales Hemsky, I think it's always going to be a name that people are going to throw out there. Played how many years in the NHL? From 2002 to 2018 for Edmonton, Dallas, Ottawa, and Montreal. 15 years, that is. 652 games for the Oilers, 142 goals, 477 points. Kind of
sneaky
underrated career.
Sneaky good. And he was a fan favorite. He has a cult following still to this day.
He was like the only good player.
I mean, really was. And like, especially in those days, he was one who had hands. He had exciting skills. He had that wow factor at points. Now, for me, I spend lots of time going, dude, just rip the puck. Come on, just do it. But Ales Hemsky in my heart forever. Horkoff, if I'm putting Hemmer in there, I might have to put Horks in there too, because he was a huge leader on this squad during those times, and he played a huge role in 2006.
Let's kind of take a look here. Sean Horkoff, 796 games for the Oilers. Played 15 years in the NHL. Exact same time length as Hemsky. Only played for Dallas and Anaheim, though, just 3 years after. From 22 years old to 34, he played for the Oilers. 447 points. Pretty close to what Hemsky did, actually. Captain of the team. It's funny, like, you look at his contract, and I think it was $5.5 million, whatever he took. And at the time, that was basically like a $10 million contract.
You thought it was crazy.
Yeah, now it's like, great. Got a solid second line center for $5.5 million. But obviously, Horkoff goes on to do what he does. Was in contention to be the general manager of this group coming up now, and obviously didn't get it. Stan Bowman got that job. I think eventually a guy like that will get in. Jason Smith as well. Like, how could you not? Dwayne Rollerson. Like, I do think you need to honor those guys.
For me, it's how many years did Rolly play now?
Maybe just a few. Maybe
that's what I don't know. Because I mean, you think Rolly, it's one playoff run, really. But it was a hell of a playoff run, bro.
Played 4 years in Edmonton, 193 games, which was the most in his career. So
that could be enough.
Yeah, so he played for 14 years in the NHL for Minnesota, who Edmonton got him from. Yep. Minnesota, Edmonton, Calgary, Buffalo, New York Islanders, Tampa Bay, 193 games for the Oilers, had a save percentage 909 on a 2.78 goals against average on a team that made the playoffs once during his tenure. It's actually incredible stats.
All right, throw him up there.
Yeah, maybe you do got him in.
And now my other one, if we're talking Rolly, Tommy Salo.
Someone put in there too a bunch of Tommy Salos, Cujo.
Before my time, really.
Before my time too, but wasn't he? I mean, he was one of the best goalies. Yeah. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
He better be in the Hall
I don't think he is yet. I think he's one of those names that people are just like, is he in the Hall of Fame? Is he not? 177 games for the Oilers. I mean, he had the longevity of being there 3 seasons. It kind of depends what the Oilers want in this group, I guess. Do you want guys who were kind of like had a short stint and were solid? Or do you, no, I think he should be. I think that's a conversation. Do you want guys who have been here for short stints and can kind of had their moment when they were there? Or do you want guys who had like the longevity of like, they're known for being Edmonton Oilers? And I think when you think of all those guys who are inducted into the Hall of Fame, you don't think of them in other jerseys. You think of them as Edmonton Oilers. When you think of guys like Hemsky, Horkoff even. Like,
and they do have some moments in the playoffs from that 2006 run in an Oilers jersey, and they had the longevity. They didn't win. The game damn close.
Few names in here. What about Pisani? I mean, he played basically his entire career as
you put him up there. No one in this city is going to complain.
No, but also the way they
actually, someone will.
The way they were like, it depends how far they get into this, and that's the thing. Like, there's so many dark years of the Oilers.
Put Brown Mark in the ring
together. Yeah. Pisani, 402 games for the Oilers, 153 points over 8 years. I don't know. Is that Ring of Honor worthy? The Charlie Huddy is in there, like we said, Lee Foglen. I don't think there's like a standard to it, right? Like, I don't think Lee
That's
Foglen.
I think what makes this fun. He's like, yeah, it's not.
It's about what you want.
Resume-wise, you could be, hey, how'd that guy make you feel? Does he have that quintessential moment? Because Fernando does. Laddie Schmid? No.
Nah, Schmid won't make it, unfortunately.
I'll draw the line somewhere. That's the line.
Clefbaum, no. Schmid, no. Gagne, Ryan Essex, Gagne just for his 8-point game. I bet Gagne makes this one day. For this whole story.
The longevity's good, but it's the argument that I have like no moment. I guess besides 8 points.
That is a moment.
And that's right. It's a pretty good moment.
That is a moment. Signing back
Might
twice.
Might have backed myself into a corner there. Put him up there.
Over 1,000 games for Gagne, 507 with the Oilers. I mean, I could see him in there. Snow agreed once Gagne retires for sure. Mike Smith just for dropping Cam Talbot at center ice. I mean, hey, you can't be too upset about that.
Nuge, this is made for Nuge. Like in the future.
It is, which is a shame because Nuge should have his number retired.
If we would have won Game 7, it would have been a
lock.
That's
true. That's true. That would have been a lock to be able to do that.
He'll still get his number retired.
Cujo there again from Squishy. Klima, from Odin. I think that's a good shout. Tommy Salo lands again, was our best player for 5 years at the time. We had no one. Yeah, I think Tommy Salo's career is actually.
I want to respond to Snow's comment. It's not that he had no moments, just no like playoff big goal.
Yeah, like he never played in the play.
Yes, I know he had 8 points. He had some sick shootout beauties. I love gags. I just think there needs to be some substance to it that like it mattered.
Yeah, I think that's the argument that you kind of just had with Pisani, right? That would be the argument to have Pisani in 06. That is his entire career is built up in those 16 games or whatever it ended up being. So thanks for letting us know in the chat what you're kind of thinking. Obviously, like I said, the Oilers going with Craig MacTavish and
You see what Lance said?
Randy
Here's one
Craig.
fun to debate. Taylor Hall. No.
If he comes back, which might not be out of the question.
If he comes back, Liam.
Would you welcome him?
Yeah, I would
too.
welcome him.
I think he
You
has
kidding me? I'd
such
trade
like
for him immediately on Shell. Get him back out there on Connor's wing.
he has such a bad reputation in Edmonton, and I think it's so unfair. Because
Dude,
when
he
he
was the face of that run of
Again.
Hope, Hall, Omar, PRV.
he's literally the H.
He's the H, brother.
The H of hope. I'm just gonna keep reading out people's numbers here. Can you believe, first of all, that Taylor Hall is now 31 and played 14 years in the NHL? That makes you feel old.
2010?
2010, yeah. 381 games for the Oilers, 132 goals, 328 points. Like, if you're excited that they might almost bring back Jordan Eberle, you should be excited about the possibility of him. And the reason I say, like, he's now 32, sorry, that this could be a possibility is, one, he plays for Chicago, and two, he's a pending UFA. His contract isn't crazy. Maybe the Jeff Skinner signing kind of throws a wrench in that. But also, who knows? Like,
You find a way.
you can get that half retained twice. You got Taylor Hall for $1.5 million.
Would you staple him next to We're getting crazy. This is
We're getting
off-season
crazy.
talk,
We got 10
everybody.
minutes to wrap.
This is what we do. This is how we wrap it up. Tyler still golfing, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know where he is.
Windy day out there. Taylor Hall, would you put him on Connor's hypothetical wing? Because I would need to see it again.
So what would that be again? What is it right now? Nuge, McDavid, Hyman. Oh, there you go. Skinner, Draisaitl, Victor Arvidsson.
So
Do you know
that's
that?
Noah Vander Kane on that one.
So do you have too many goal scorers? Maybe.
No such thing, Liam.
That is true.
With
Again.
97, there's no such thing.
Okay, so here's the thing too. You get him, and then you kind of maybe you can play Nuge as a center on the third line, and Henrique can become your fourth line center.
And now it's an embarrassment of riches at that point.
Maynard, Hall, and McDavid didn't work back then. Yeah, it's been a while though. Like, you can move it around. Maybe Nuge and Hall can kind of reunite there too. Like, again, we're playing extremely
Yeah,
hypothetical.
I was gonna say, hey,
Yeah.
this is
Like, who knows? Like, maybe the others don't need him, but it's funny, isn't it? We always want those players that leave to come back. Every single day, someone mentions Adam Larson. Every single day. Jordan Eberle, we're all pumped.
people love reunions. I love
Yeah.
a good reunion.
And I think the reason
My old
why
friends.
everyone likes when these guys come back is just because how bad it was when they were here. And we know that if it was good, they would be looked upon very differently. Like, look at Gagne, right? Like,
Yep.
the others were so bad when he was here. He came back. We still love him. He had that moment this year against Dallas, the 8-point game, obviously, against Chicago. It's amazing. Beverly comes back. We're all thinking about what could have been, like the playoff redemption of it all. Didn't happen. Larson, we're looking at it too. It's like, man, if we had him, what our right side would look like. We won't have Cody Ceci. Rich, we still haven't replaced Larson. That's how you know we won the trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
fair.
guess so. Oh, Tyler just
Oh.
walked in for the last 5 minutes.
I hear
Come
him.
on in.
Come on in.
We're just talking about Taylor Hall coming back to the Oilers.
Ooh, I love that conversation.
Yeah. So right now we have him slide on the third line. Nuge is going to be.
You think he fits in well with Janmark?
Well, he is going to be the third line winger alongside Hall, Nuge, and I don't know yet. What do you think? How's golf?
We didn't play that good.
Oh, that's reassuring.
Well, yeah, I know. So we went first off. Mill Woods is in unbelievable shape. I guess they have a pro-am coming up right away.
Oh,
They have a pro-am coming up right away. So that it's like the greens were rolling tough.
okay.
We went birdie right off the jump, bang bang,
Mhm.
and then we got 4 straight pars, which really set us
Oh,
back.
Boy.
We ended up 9 under. So
And the line was 13.
yeah, the line was 13. So
Mm.
we were, but to be fair, we left 4 strokes on the course. It wasn't like we played well and had 9 under. We were not great, but Millwoods is awesome. And yeah, if you want to get in on it, the bidding, me, Jay, and Chalmers could clearly use the help if we want to get to
Yeah.
like the 17 under mark, which is probably what you need to be to win. So we can get a couple strokes by playing better, but we could use the help. So go to nationgear.ca
Mhm.
and bid. The bidding's open. It started.
They put a very difficult word in the ad read.
What was the word?
What was the word, Aaron?
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie.
Camaraderie. That's
No, but when you see it, you're a little unsure.
how they get you.
They got me.
Yeah.
Good.
They just
They
hit
got
you
me.
like a breaking ball at the knees. Just buckled you.
But yeah, we've pretty much got through the show. We graded Nurse. Well, what would you give him?
I would go like
Don't pull it up yet, Aaron.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
see what
I'll
he-
wait.
C- regular season and a
Okay.
C in the playoffs.
Really? I did the opposite.
Okay, so you're flipped.
Yeah, we
Good
did.
picture of him. He looks handsome.
We did C in regular season because we said the first half of the season was solid. Obviously lacked, so kind of balance it out there.
Yeah.
C- because he's lucky that Philip Broberg came up.
Actually, that's a decent point.
Yeah. And 100% chance of staying because they literally cannot move him.
Oh, why not?
I don't know.
There's people online who say he's overpaid.
People in this chat said that.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
Oh, there's some sort of a movement
Someone
there.
said you'd like your $9.5 million defenseman to get more than 30 points in a year. I said he got 32.
Oh, there you go. So what are y'all complaining about? Can I see updated Olympic power rankings?
Yes, I was what I was going to get to. You want to rip those up, Aaron? There you go.
No women's boxing.
Wow. That's a debate within itself, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we're gonna get into that on Oilersnation.
Yeah.
BMX freestyle. Hey?
Have you watched it? It is the craziest event of the Olympics.
I want to see more now. I'm intrigued.
I
is
might
it still
put it.
going?
I think I'm going to put it on.
Like the replay?
I'll put on the replay in the
Yeah, I
office
need to look
after.
at this.
Yeah.
It was so fun. Everything else dropped. Canadian soccer stayed the same. Rugby sevens I got in there. Judo fell out.
Judo chop.
That's why I took it out.
Yeah, you didn't want me to say that anymore.
But yeah, that's the updated rankings.
Do you like tennis ever? You like
Love
watching
tennis. Yeah, I like watching the majors.
I said I've been loving
Grand
tennis.
Slams. What do they call 'em?
Sergeant Battle said, Tyler, they specifically stayed away from that.
Why?
I know. Who would have thought?
You just came in hot.
I know. I was jonesing to bring it up. No, I'm just kidding. Rest of the show was good though. Taylor Hall thing. I see Jake DeBrusque popping up a lot in the chat. What's
Oh,
people
no.
know- he signed in Vancouver, by the way.
We were talking. Oh, yeah. Jake, that is weird. What the heck? Yeah. Jake DeBrusque is over. We were talking about the Oilers Ring of Honor. MacTavish and Randy Gregg went in. So
Oh, really?
naturally. Yeah. Did you not see that?
I thought that was an Alberta Sports Hall of Fame thing. It was Oilers Ring of Honor.
The Oilers announced
Shout
it.
out Dr. Randy Gregg and the Riverhawks.
Yeah.
Come,
That's what
brother.
we spoke about.
Maybe he'll wear like a Riverhawks jersey for his thing. Keep going. I'm
Oh,
hyper.
maybe. And we just spoke about players that could get in afterwards. Naturally.
Oh,
Like we've done.
that has become like
such
top,
an easy piece of
top
content.
tier Edmonton sports
Yes.
talk. Like, yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
next? When will Alice?
We
Hemsky
probably
get
killed
in?
15 minutes of
Yeah,
it.
it's great. So obviously, classic names: Hemsky,
Hammer?
Rollerson.
No.
See, I said no too, but he played the most games in his career in Edmonton. He played almost.
Where does he rank all-time Oilers goalies?
Probably the best.
Ranford.
Like games played wise, is he up
no,
there?
sorry.
Oh,
that. Oh.
games played. I don't know.
Like that's what it's got to be for me. Like, was the longevity there? Because remember, he was bad in the regular season in 06. So do you put a guy in the Ring of Honor for 2 good months?
He played 4 years in the Oilers and had a 909 save percentage, and they didn't make the playoffs 3 years after making the Cup final. But he was good, and that's the thing. Like, what is the
Yeah, what's the word?
What's the line?
yeah?
like,
What are you looking for here?
see, and for me,
He has
like
6 all-time in games played for the Oilers goalies. It's Bill Ramford, Craig MacTavish, Grant Fuhr, Tommy Salo, Andy Moog, Cam Talbot, 227 for Talbot, and 193 games played for Dwayne Rolson. More than Cujo
although
and
Cujo had more playoff success, though he had some runs.
can I see? I
Where
don't
does
even
Tommy
know.
Salo? How does that
Like
take
Salo
over?
probably goes in before him.
Yeah.
Where is he here?
Mine were Horkoff, Hemsky.
Hemsky's the easy one.
I like Sergeant Battle Tyler. I'm ready to put Brown Mark in the ring after 2 months, so I'm good at the Rolly. That's a good comment.
5th all-time save percentage for Dwayne Rollerson. Mike Smith, number 1. 99 games played, though. Goals against, he is 11th. Calvin Pickard, 2nd.
Is it the Ring of Good or Ring of Honor?
Both.
The ring of what hits you in the heart.
Lee
is
Foglin
my-
was good.
Won
Randy-
some rings, though. He's got
He did,
jewelry.
and that's the thing. Like, these guys have
He's
that to
iced
go
out.
with them. He's iced out. But it is the ring of good. Alice Hemsky was good.
All the times he was great.
Yeah,
Son
that's
of a
probably
bitch.
Sean Horkoff was
Good.
Good.
Probably won't get in,
Very good.
but he was a captain.
But here's the thing, like, and I compared it to Vancouver. Alex Burrows got in.
Why are we comparing ourselves to them?
Because I'm saying, like, if you want to talk about like moments, like he brought back a bit of like pride to the organization, getting to the cup final, losing in game 7. It's kind of similar to what Skolkoff did. Jason Smith.
I think the captain.
I'm in on Gator.
Yeah.
The captain part.
The captain thing plays into it.
But he was bad. He was
Bad as captain?
bad.
Yep.
Bad
Ethan
captain.
Morrow.
Oh, no. We're good. I don't want to give him a mic personally.
yeah. Yeah.
Worried about what he says.
Great point. Okay. Do you want to read the last ad read so you can get something on the show?
Did you do the A&W one?
No, that's what I was going to ask you to read.
Oh, yep. Give it here.
It's so long.
All right. How good do you think I'll do this
Well,
one?
you have
Cool.
to say this line first, and then we'll play the ad, and then you do the rest.
All right. Before we wrap up the show, time for a message from MS Canada and A&W.
Grab a Burger Beat MS on August 22nd.
Ready for this broadcasting masterclass? First time ever reading this. Burgers to Beat MS Day is back, celebrating its 16th year on August 22nd. For every teen burger sold on Burgers to Beat MS Day, $2 will be donated to Multiple Sclerosis Canada. In the lead up to August 22nd, you can support Burgers to Beat MS by rounding up your bill with any purchase at an A&W, donating online at burgerstobeatms.ca or through the A&W app, or by adding a donation option to your cart when ordering A&W on delivery apps. A&W is rallying communities to unite for the cause and raise awareness about MS in Canada. On August 22nd, Canadians can show their support and help envision a world free of MS by visiting their local A&W restaurants and purchasing a delicious teen burger to directly and positively benefit groundbreaking research and support for individuals living with and affected by MS. Woo!
Dang! I did that.
Don't even need this.
That was electric.
I did that 3 times and
Read.
screwed it up every time. Crazy long ad read.
How about Canada winning at the Olympics?
Which one?
Men's basketball.
Oh yeah, the 3.
Group of death. We own that.
Did you? You didn't see how it ended? It got dicey at the end, and they did it.
Group of death or group of overrated?
Greece is good.
Greece and
Spain is always good.
Greece and
Australia.
they're good.
Josh
Aus-
Giddey?
Spain's overrated now, but they're very good. I'm not trying to discount it.
Yeah.
But that group was really tough. They did a great job getting it through. There was another one too. Oh yeah, Felix Anthony. What's his name?
Felix Auger-Aliassime.
Bingo.
Felix.
Just
He
got
won bronze in the
bronze
doubles.
mixed
Oh, yeah,
doubles,
mixed doubles they
and
won. I
now
saw
he's in
Sammy.
semis of just singles.
Yeah.
But he's playing Carlos Alcaraz.
Ooh.
Another bronze, not bad. And then the male boxer in 65 kilo, I think it is also fighting in the semifinals. And they kept saying on the thing that he was guaranteed a medal. So I don't know how they do it. The boxing
Maybe
both
there's no bronze medal match.
Maybe they just get it.
Yeah,
Maybe
like
they both get it, which is
ranked,
fair.
maybe if you're the higher ranked fighter who loses in the semis, you just get it.
I wonder if they just both get it for make. Oh yeah, maybe.
He lost to Alcaraz. Someone just said 6-1,
He lost
6-1.
already?
I guess. Boom, there it is.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh.
That wasn't even close.
Wow, Alcaraz is amazing.
Yep.
Amazing. And there was one other one that was really good. Oh, I watched Simone Biles last night in the all-round individual gymnastics.
She's only like 27 or 28,
and she's gonna retire.
and she's the GOAT.
But also, I think she'll be back. Like the
Here's
next
a
one's in
debate.
LA.
Somebody throws her an alley-oop. Can she dunk?
I feel like that's something we can measure,
yeah, she probably could.
but not on the little trampoline thing on hard ground.
Yeah, because I think it's about her.
Kevin Durant asked this question yesterday. He goes, "Do you think
She's
she
so
can dunk?"
small. I don't know if she can.
Well, speaking of Kevin Durant, the cool thing about the Olympics that I really always like is there's obviously sports athletes there that are way more higher profile, I guess you could say, than others. And I love it when they like pan to the crowd and you see like Scotty watching the gymnastics. And like last night, the entire men's basketball team was there. Anthony Edwards was watching the table tennis.
Really?
After he talked about like I could be any table tennis player at this, and the American table tennis player was like, okay, well, let's play. I don't know if they played. And then he went and watched and was just like standing up every 2 seconds, amazed by what was happening. Tony Hawk was at the events yesterday. He's not even in the Olympics. So that's cool. So I love the Olympics, as you all know. And now I'm going to go show everybody the BMX freestyle. And you're all going to be like, holy crap.
And then we're going to record Oilers Nation Radio.
Bingo. Yes, we are indeed. And there you have it, folks. I think that's it. Do you want to anything?
Yeah, no. Enjoy your long weekend. We'll be back next Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. Sick.
Long schmeekend.
Halinka starts on Monday. So enjoy that.
Yeah.
All right.
If you want to.
Yeah.
Enjoy your long weekend. Oil up.
Bye.
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 Thank you for watching Oilers Nation Every Day. Hit the subscribe button to never miss a show. And for more, visit OilersNation.com.